So sometimes when I can't sleep, it's usually because of an idea or a thought that I have that prevents me from going to sleep until I either record it, write it down, or talk to somebody about it. So I'm choosing the first. Um, what's been on my mind lately is how the left twists morality, and they twist uh, what they believe to be true. And when their moral and ethical framework it collapses, or if you're able to corner them, what they'll try and do is the left. They're very likely atheist agnostic. Is they'll begin to appeal to your ethics, your Judeo-Christian morality, even though they do not adhere to it themselves, but they'll attempt to make you the target of your own beliefs. Don't let them do this, because you have no reason to go on the defense. When this happens with the leftists, when they try to say, well, would Jesus do that? Don't go on the defensive. Go on the offensive. Say something like, well, that depends. Is morality, is it subjective or is it absolute? Is it set in stone, never changing? Or is it subjective and relative to whoever is struggling with an idea ethically or morally? Is it within themselves that they find this answer, or is it to an external source? And an agnostic atheist who doesn't adhere to any scripture or any clear, concise belief structure that demands things from you, uncomfortable things, like the Bible, for example, it demands all sorts of uncomfortable things. There's a big, strong part of me that doesn't want to be near these leftists, these people. They are disgusting, both in word and in action and in thought. It's perversion all the time with them. So Christians, we have been on defense for way too long. And it's sort of natural because Christians are called to be meek and sheep like. And if you've ever seen sheep, man, they are the most passive. They do not do confrontation. So the irony of being a modern day Christian, where you're constantly inundated with ethical and these ever changing, moving target, uh, moral, what would you call, preenings, where the left is constantly making the Christian have to pass these artificial purity tests. And I say no. I say we don't play that game at all. We don't engage. Instead, you go on the offensive. So another belief that secular humanists will believe is they're very deterministic, in that they believe that human beings are socially constructed creatures. We were born with a blank slate, and everything that we are, our hobbies, our interests, our dislikes, our hates, our hatred, um, is all basically written on us throughout the course of our life. It has to do with uh, our economic status growing up, our parents, um, what race you are, what gender you are. All those things are considered in this deterministic worldview, where uh, essentially a person is conditioned through societal influences, and that's why they do things, right? You'll hear that a lot from this concept called cosmic justice, where it's no longer about the crime itself, but the circumstances in which that put the uh, suspect in that position. So they'll make an argument like, well, of course he stole. He's from a poor neighborhood, as though that is supposed to nullify the crime. So in this deterministic worldview, where we say that, oh, well, what you are is all external, well, I mean, you can make that argument about anything. What if I was socially conditioned to be let's just use an extreme, a racist. If I was determined through the course of my life, due to external forces, my upbringing, the movies, the media, the music I'm taking in, all those things are influencing me. So should the proper combination of external influences condition you to be racist, from a materialist determinist worldview, how is that wrong? If you're saying morality is relative to the individual, well, a racist doesn't believe that they're wrong or immoral. So they don't have an ethical, moral, or philosophical leg to stand on to even begin to criticize a Christian. They stand on sand, we stand on stone. And when you're having conversations with these people, make them feel that. Make them feel as though they do not have a sound footing. And you can do that by attacking their epistemology, with the things that the ideas that they hold subconsciously that they don't know that they have, right? The left ironically calls that the unconscious bias. Well, you can shine a light on that bias by going on the offensive and making them justify their worldview. Because Christians, we have it easy. If they come at us, why do you believe that? Bible. My father said so. So we have this net that we can fall back onto, because at the end of the day, a Christian's belief is not his or hers. It did not originate with them. It came from the Father. So, if they have a problem with something that we believe that is scripturally sound, well, we kind of have an out where we can go, well, it's not my idea. I didn't come up with that. When Paul said that, that's not my words. I didn't. So we have a buttress that the left doesn't have. They don't have a final authority that says with absolution that something is right or wrong. They have no framework for it. And with just a couple of questions, you can reveal it. And when you do reveal it, expect them to get mad. Expect them to get angry. So don't be surprised when they do. But yeah, I just had to verbalize that. And I think that this sort of stream of consciousness, I don't know, might be useful. Maybe it makes sense to some of you. Maybe it's complete nonsense. Yeah, let me know what you think.